right now, with just pure effort and pure willpower and discipline and perseverance, you can get 100 percentile. In a competition which is a national level competition, which is taken by the best of the best, whether it be engineering or whether it be non-engineering, doesn't matter. I recall that in my senior batch, the topper was Dr. Jaydev Rajpal. He was a doctor and he was an IAS officer also. So the best of the best is taking this paper. You have a golden opportunity. Maybe after this, you will never have this opportunity where you can take a national level examination of such caliber and prove your mettle. You'll be proud of yourself. The agenda for today's webinar is very, very simple. Get 100. You see, I even put this, behind me. Get 100. Get 100 percentile. We have had students who have got 100 percentile, and I strongly believe that many more can. So the true success of our mentorship is not going to be one guy getting 100 percentile from this region, but it will be multiple guys getting 100 percentile from this region. So we are going to have the entire session based on what all things are required, both mentally as well as study-wise, to get 100 percentile. Okay. Now, here is some of the questions which students keep asking me. First, I thought that before we get down to the presentation, I would strongly like to address, because these are very pertinent, very relevant to almost all of you. Okay, preparation strategy. First, selective preparation strategy won't work. This is not like, we are in 11, 12 standard and some students had that fat book. What do you say? Sarthak, you remember ABC of physics and ABC of chemistry, the fat books, and they used to discuss that, okay, let us do few chapters and that's it. Actually, will say she was doing bio and all, just read few chapters and go and you will pass, or you get a 70, you get an 80. Everyone knew exactly how many chapters they have to do to get, a particular score. You cannot do that. This is the composition of questions is not known to anyone. Maybe numbers as a topic in mathematics has not been coming for the past few years. Suddenly you see it makes a big comeback. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows this? Nobody knows this. The composition, nobody knows. You leave algebra, and many students, they do algebra just before the examination, CAT examination, and they're not able to get enough confidence and practice because they keep it to, for the later stages of preparation. Middle of questions will come from algebra. You cannot leave anything. Vocab, sir, okay, thoda bahut vocab kar liye, ho gaya, chhod diye. No. How will you understand? If you take the paper, CAT paper, of course, of the last 5 years, you will observe something which is never ever a passage has been of a very basic level. That means the passages are of an international level. They are good passages, because of which we have been sending you, international journals, articles, websites where you can read about things. Of course, if you start reading, the first challenge you're going to have is in vocabulary. Someone who is not good in language is also not good in vocabulary. Please build your vocabulary. And word power maybe is not the only way to build your vocabulary. When you read, you look at a word, you do a PhD in that word. What does doing PhD mean in that word? It means you look at the thesaurus, you look at the synonyms, antonyms, understand the word, what's the origin, what's the story, some of the words have stories, sinister, evil, left-handed. People thought left-handed people must be evil, Right-handed people are normal people, left-handed people are evil people. So left-handed means also evil. It's an ancient. So you have to understand the story. What will happen like this? You won't forget. And you won't forget that word as well as the entire collection of words. So please invest 3 hours into reading, and along with reading, you have to do the vocabulary. 5 hours of mathematics and maths. Our lot 1 is there. NCERT 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th maths books is there. For arithmetic, M-Tyra Quicker Mathematics is having 14 chapters on arithmetic. Don't copy the method given in the book. You basically have extra questions for practice in the first. So if I look at the CAT examination, I would strongly, divide the next 5 months into 3 parts. 2 plus 2 plus 1. What is the 2 plus 2 plus 1 division? The next 2 months. So if you talk about July, August, I think you guys should just get as much exposure to solving questions, which is what is called problem solving. And here you shouldn't be in a hurry because you should be trying to see, have you missed any basic concept? Have you missed any fundamental? Do you have to, really search your mind when you have to come up with a maths formula? Next 2 months, 60 days, do not be in a hurry. Next 60 days, practice. You have the time material which is there in your student homepage, under book study material, ebooks and all. You have NCRT 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, where the solved examples can be a good source of questions for you. You have other books as well. So 5 hours of hardcore maths practice needs to happen on a daily basis for the next 3 months out of 5 months. 3 months you need to do this for maths. Now, we are talking about the 2 plus 2 plus 1 division. What is the 2 plus 2 plus 1 division for the next 5 months? The first 2 months, problem solving as we discussed. Second 2 months, advanced questions and sectional tests. So if I look at CAT, I don't see it as one paper. I see it as 3 races. It's like someone is running for IRMA. So you have to swim also, you have to cycle also, you have to run also. So you can't see anything, like, okay, it's only one combined event. It's basically 3 things. So English, you need to take a lot of sectional tests after 2 months. Quant is another chapter. Reasoning is another story. So you have to have this in your mind. First 2 months, problem solving. Next 2 months, advanced questions as well as sectional tests. And here, why advanced questions? Because get 100. Why you don't want to get 100? Tell me, are you lethargic? Don't you have dreams? Every single human being has dreams. Everyone has fantasies and daydreams and aspirations. I know that for sure. I interact with all kinds of students, from the toppers of IIT to even the failures of the worst college you can probably imagine on this planet. I've interacted and I interact with all of them, and I see anyone can do kind of a thing, because everyone, if this year also, if we talk about the number of students who have got Blackie calls. So what is Blackie? There are 20 IIMs. 6 of them are IIMs. It is called Blackie because Bangalore, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Calcutta. So BLACKI. K and I is Kozhikode and Indore. Blackie. You guys must be knowing it more as ABCLI. Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Indore, Kozhikode. This is the Ivy League. Then IIM Shillong and the 6 IIMs which I talked about, Ranchi, Rohtak, Raipur, Udaipur, Kashipur, Trichy, and then after that you have the Nagpur and Jammu and Bodh Gaya and Sirmaur and Sambalpur and Visakhapatnam. I will tell you an honest, case study. One of my students, a very dear student, a very sweet boy, he goes to IIM Jammu and he is from a decent engineering college, and he even got through the student exchange program, so he went to London also. He was also in the placement committee of IIM Jammu, and he didn't get placement for even 1.5 years after passing out. So there is a good amount of struggle. So when we talk about IIMs, let's talk about Blackie, Bangalore, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Calcutta, Kozhikode, Indore. And there are too many students from Lucknow and Kanpur who are going to Blackie. They are not coming from Mars or some other planet or something like that. They are going from here, and it is of all types. We will see in the presentation, it is of all types. Mr. Sarthak, can you share the PPT where one of our students, before you play, just hold on for a second, not the PPT. Take back to the screen, yes. So there are many Blackies. Many students are going to the top 6 IIMs this year from Lucknow and Kanpur. It's a proud moment. It's a very, very proud moment, because this place is not having Delhi University or things like that. But the sheer number is very, very impressive. If you talk about Ahmedabad, it's not 1 guy or 2 guy or 3 guy or 4 guys. It's a long list of students going to Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Indore, Kozhikode. And here, my students, you will notice all types. Hindi medium, even villagers, even farmers. Those students who have never seen maths, those students who have never studied English, Those students whose exposure is so limited, but still they are dreaming, like APJ. He was coming from a small coastal village, but see where he reached. So similarly, we would like to share the story of Birendra. He is, very happy because in his first attempt, he not only converted the final call of IIM Indore, but in even IIM Bangalore, he's waitlisted fourth in IIM Bangalore, and I'm sure he'll convert that as well. So I would ask Sarthak to please share the recording of Birendra to motivate the students. He's showing maintained discipline.
मेरा नाम
I think you'll have to play the video separately. Na?
मेरा नाम वीरेंद्र कुमार मिश्रा है। कैट की प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करने से पहले मेरी इंग्लिश बहुत ज़्यादा खराब थी। टाइम इंस्टीट्यूट के टीचर काफ़ी अच्छे हैं और इन्होंने काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके। मेरा नाम वीरेंद्र कुमार मिश्रा है। कैट की प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करने से पहले मेरी इंग्लिश बहुत ज़्यादा खराब थी। टाइम इंस्टीट्यूट के टीचर काफ़ी अच्छे हैं और इन्होंने काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके से पढ़ाया। फाइनली मेरी इंग्लिश एटलीस्ट इतनी इम्प्रूव हुई या इतनी अच्छी थी कि मैं IIM इंदौर में चयनित हो सका। मैं यहाँ के टीचर्स को और आशीष सर को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ।
Were you guys able to hear it properly? Just answer quickly. Were you able to hear Biru? What are they saying, Sarthak? Yes, thumbs up. Good. Good. I was very scared because there was some audio problem. Look at this guy. This guy is going to maybe IIM Bangalore. He's already going to IIM Indore. Paid the fees there. He's registered 4 in IIM Bangalore. 2 years down the line, or maybe 1 year down the line, you guys have no idea what this person is going to become. It's exactly like in last year's IGP seminar. I think some of the students were present, and I called a student of mine from IIM Calcutta called Somil Kumar. Again, similar kind of a profile, farmer, Hindi medium, not having a terrific personality, no leadership material, openly evident. He goes to IIM Calcutta, and now complete change called metamorphosis, a complete change in the personality of Somil Kumar. I think Birendra has more potential. He's going to be a rock star. So please don't tell me sitting at your home, like your mom and dad and uncle and aunties that, sir, it's difficult to get 100 percentile, and sir, I have got 50 in 10th, 12th, or sir, I have never ever done anything in my life only, or sir, I am depressed, or sir, I am having some other issues in my life. Everyone is having issues. If I tell you, if I discuss the issues of some of the students, you will start smiling and thanking God that, okay, you are having a much better, kismat right now. You will always have many more people below you than there are above you in terms of hardships faced in life. So do not do this mistake, do not do this self-pity that because I don't have the environment around me, because I don't have the inspiration, I am not able to do it. Everything is there inside you. I have so many stories like Birendra, who are not the typical, blue-eyed IIT Kanpur. So I'm even having students from IIT Kanpur who are getting all India rank 1, 2, 3 through the percentile. Percentile is a small thing. They get ranks like 100 percentile, 99.99 percentile and all. I also have students from the local engineering college, Lucknow. What a proud moment for this local engineering college. Close to 16 students are going to Ivy League. So we are not talking here about new IIMs and baby IIMs. They are not Ivy League. 16 students have already been selected into the Ivy League institutes. Then you also talk about the smaller colleges like National PG, BBD, Ramsarup, Amity, Integral, even Christian College, where the students who are good students don't go to the college, but they are very, very, responsive in terms of the coaching and all. IT girls. People used to say that IT girls is just for fashion and all. Who says? I am having so many students from IT girls who have been Excelsiors and who have done good and who have gone to IIMs also. Our girls' degree college. That is not a college for only Silai and Kadhai and Bunai. Who says that? I'm just kidding, by the way. Don't say this to your principal. But yes, I'm having too many students from your college who are doing great. Just few days ago, and not only the local colleges of Lucknow, even when you talk about Kanpur, whether it be a PPN or a BND or a B6 or the Kanpur University or a Jagran, you name any college or PSIT, you are having a good number of students going to IIMs. And apart from this, if you look at national level colleges also, like I was having an interview yesterday, and again thanks to you guys, whatever I am, whether it be tangible or intangible, I think it is because I love my students and I go that extra mile, and they also walk the extra mile, and it's a win-win kind of situation. So I think most of you are aware that we were lucky to have been awarded the Economic Times Iconic Brand of India 2020, and this is because of the results, because the results coming from Lucknow and Kanpur, and that too successively for the past so many years. And it is not only the top all India rank 1, all India rank 2, all India rank 3 kind of a scenario, but also the number of students who are going to IIMs. It's huge. This year, from this region alone, we are having more than 250 students who are going to IIM just this year in 2020 from this region, Lucknow, Kanpur. Students stay under us. We'll also be sharing, the names and all. But brilliant results. But I feel there can be a significant improve because it's all about how you think. I think a guy who was thinking about 98 or a 99 or a 95 or even 80 should think for 100%. What do you stand to lose? What do you stand to lose? You don't stand to lose anything. In fact, when you think of something very lofty, the way you think starts changing. The way you live your life starts changing. Everything about you starts changing. Nature is not permanent. I recall, once someone used to tell me that nature never changes. It is permanent. And they used to talk about this Panchatantra story where there was this hermit who used to live by the banks of a river. And every day he used to bathe. And once he saw a scorpio, bichu, wounded by the bank. So he took the bichu and he tended to the wounds of the bichu scorpio. And he, when saw that the wounds are all healed and all, he again left the scorpio into the water. The very next day when he was taking a bath, the scorpion came and gave a poisonous dung to him. And when he was about to die, he said, "Why did you bite me? I thought saved your life." He said, "What to do? That's in my nature, DNA, to bite." This is a fake story. I think this is a story which was made just to, I don't know, entertain us or something like that. Nature changes. People change. Those people who don't get up early in the morning and they generally, sleep very late at night. And if they say even they have been doing it all their life, maybe from tomorrow they can change. Aisa nahi ki it is impossible. You can change. It's a false thing that we are like this. We are, most of the times, the people around us only demean us and they make us feel bad about ourselves and we start thinking wrong about us. We all have rights and wrongs about us. We can correct the wrongs. That's what maturity is all about. Maturity is not about being perfect. Maturity is about realizing where you're going wrong and just changing, rectifying the path, being objective. In CAT preparation, this is very, very important, by the way. Okay, some more questions. So we discussed about selective preparation strategy. This is not going to work. You have to study everything. That's the reason you need to put in a lot of hours. Even if you're working, sleepless. You're repeating, still revisit basics. Taking CAT for the first time, choke on the studies. So you guys would have seen how, this guy, what's his name? Who is the protagonist in Wolf of Wall Street? What's his name? Jordan Belfort. How he motivates his sales team that you have to call, you have to call, you have to call, and you have to get the client, and you have to literally choke on it. It's very, very important to overdo something which is very, competitive like CAT. You have to overdo. You shouldn't make a plan which is just like, okay, हो जाएगा इतने में नहीं. इतना अच्छा plan होना चाहिए. आपका division of hours इतना अच्छा होना चाहिए. इतना quantum of hours होना चाहिए कि आपका 100% surety हो. 100% surety. Cheating in CAT. Sir, can I cheat in CAT? No, you cannot cheat in CAT. Some people have been cheating on TBC also. TBC, I hope you guys know TBC. It's my favorite thing. Trial by combat. What is trial by combat? Every day at 10 p.m. in our Telegram group, the wannabe gladiators, they fight, they compete. 40 questions which are of CAT level. So those students who have been participating, they will tell you what's the quality of questions. It's like CAT level. So every day they're getting exposure to 40 questions and they're competing. They're getting points. Different questions are carrying different points, 5, 10, 15, 20, bonus points 25. And they are winning gladiator supreme positions and Spartacus positions of the week. Now, here are some of the questions. Students were cheating. So they were just typing, in order to be first, they were just typing A, B, C, D, whatever, hits. So we have increased the number of theta questions. So maybe in CAT, they would do the same thing. Maybe, you guys are expecting that, okay, we will cheat and do something like that, but majority of the questions, they become theta questions. Type in the answer, fill in the blank. You can't cheat, you have to solve. So please stop thinking that you will get an easy route out of CAT. No. You will have to, if you have seen Game of Thrones, you'll have to pay the iron price. You will have to work it out. You will have to put in the hours. You will have to slap your lethargy. You'll have to get up in the morning. You have to put in at least 7-8 hours every day. It doesn't matter whether you're a repeater or whether you're a fresher or you're having college exams. Yeah, when the college examinations are happening, please focus on the college exam. But when it is not happening, you have to do like what gladiators do. They have to practice every day, otherwise they'll get killed in the combat. And that's what happens. So many students, quality students, they can do it. They can make it to Blackie. We're not talking about the other 49, just talk about Blackie. Because if someone is aspiring for 100%, they only go to Blackie. What they need to do? They need to understand every day matters, every hour matters. Tell me honestly, is every single hour not mattering? Sarthak, is the audio okay? You are looking as if you know. Is every hour not important? Every hour is important. Otherwise, Sarthak is there. He is a student as well as a friend of mine, and he has taken CAT for some times. And his luck is as such that every time he's getting stuck in 98, 99 percentile. Do you know why? Because maybe every time he's walking 60%, 70%, 80%. What do you say, Sarthak? But never 100%. 100% is every day, every hour counts. Every single question is important. Some people do silly mistakes. They are not only, so when you study, you need concentration. And it's like meditation. Like when you start studying, your mind will fly here and there, especially young boys and girls. They are in love, or maybe they are not in love, but their minds are going here and there. You have to control it. So when you study, you will know when your mind is going here and there. You have to control it. Sometimes you're studying, you are thinking about the past. अरे मेरे साथ ये गलत हुआ, उसने ऐसा किया, घर में ऐसा हुआ, इसका दिक्कत, उसका दिक्कत, क्यों भाई? You are building your future, or you are trying to, go back into the past and see the movie again and again to feel worse. Don't do that mistake. Past is gone. Some of the students, they are like, sir, I have got poor marks. I have got poor marks. So what? Can you go back? You cannot go back. What you can do? You can score such a high percentile that irrespective of poor marks, you still make it to Blackie. In one of the bogus and the shittiest kind of a webinars taken for CAT by one of the biggest C's on this planet. You know what that guy was saying? That guy was saying that, okay, let's not talk about Blackie because Blackie is impossible. Let's talk about new IIMs, and his presentation was about new IIMs. Why? I have 60% in 10th, 57% in 12th. I was a cricketer, so of course I was not going to school. In graduation, I have a decent 61% because I did BA honors in English literature from Xavier's. Then I was doing law from Delhi University. I've never been exceptional in my marks. I'm a general category student, and I didn't get a 100 percentile because my day was bad on CAT. But at least I got a 99.62 percentile, and I got calls, and I joined one of the Blackie. It is possible. In fact, Sarthak, why don't you show them a slide which is about what is the percentage given to academics? Virendra, what a boy. This boy is a gem, he will do good. Yes. If you can share that with the students. I'm going to discuss about what exactly is the allocation of marks to academics in final selection. Final, we are talking about the two phases. One is the interview shortlist, one is the final shortlist. I hope you guys are able to see the presentation which we have shared. Academics in final, IIM Calcutta 0. I think one boy is messaging you or something. Okay. IIM Calcutta 0. IIM Kozhikode, that's the pronunciation of Kozhikode by the way. 0. IIM Lucknow 10. IIM Ahmedabad 15. IIM Indore 20. IIM Bangalore 25. That's the reason. Historically also we have been saying, even 10 years ago, even 20 years ago, it was the same, that okay, if your 10th graduation marks is not very high, then it is difficult to get IIM Bangalore and IIM Indore. But still I know students who get through because they make up. WorkX. Is WorkX important? Look at the slide. IIM Ahmedabad WorkX points given to WorkX 0. IIM Indore 0. IIM Lucknow 5. IIM Calcutta 8. IIM Bangalore 10. IIM Kozhikode, they give marks to resume. So even if you're a fresher, you can get very good marks in your resume. It's called resume. 10 marks for resume. Is it very high? And if you look at diversity, you will see good points are being given to for diversity. Here we are talking about academic diversity, that means non-BTech, and we are talking about gender diversity. We are talking about a girl student. So we can again go back to sharing. Stop sharing the screen. So this is the fact. This is basically a fact. Now, what you have to decide what is in your hand and what is not in your hand. If you are a fresher, is it in your hand right now to suddenly have workage? No, you can't have that. Can you suddenly go back to 10th and 12th and graduation and change your marks? You cannot do that. So it's not in your hand. Let us look at what's in your hand. So Sarthak, again for Blackie, we have only taken Blackie here. For Blackie, what is the what do they have in their hands? That we know what WAT, PI, CAT. These three things are in your hand. WAT is the essay test, and interview is in your hand, and of course CAT is in your hands. Look at the marks given here. Interview and essay in final selection. IIM Ahmedabad 60% weightage. IIM Indore 60% weightage. IIM Calcutta 58% weightage. IIM Kozhikode 55% weightage. IIM Lucknow 50% weightage. IIM Bangalore 40% weightage. Are you kidding me? Like it's a make or break. Some people don't understand this, and they wake up very late after the IIM calls are out, and they say that now I have to prepare for interview. And just look at the marks. You need to start preparing for essay interview from now only, and we will discuss about it soon. Essay. Look at the essay part. How important? It's a make or break. IIM Kozhikode 20, Indore 20, Ahmedabad 10, Calcutta 10, Bangalore 10, Lucknow 10. So even if you have a very high percentile in CAT, your interview went well, but you didn't write a good essay, you are gone. You are as gone with the wind. What is the weightage of CAT in the interview shortlist? Look at the weightage of CAT in the interview shortlist. IIM Ahmedabad 65, IIM Lucknow 60, IIM Calcutta 56, IIM Kozhikode 45, IIM Bangalore 40, IIM Indore 20. So CAT, interview, WAT, if you outperform your enemies, it's a war, it's a CAT war, and you have to win the war, you have to be a shark, and you have to just be at the top. It's like, you know how it is in the jungle. The entire pyramid is there, and you have to be at the top of the pyramid. And generally, these people who have this mentality, the conqueror mentality, are the people who take common admission tests. So if you don't have, it's better you suit up and you get such a mentality. Looking at what you have in mind, it is ample proof that you can make it to Blackie, you can get 100 percentile. If you aim for the stars, you will at least land on moon. That's what you have been taught as a maxim. Same goes here. You go for 100. If you really deserve, through your hard work, through your sheer hard work, you will get 100. Even if you miss the target, you will get such a high percentile that you are through Blackie. Okay. We have discussed how long to study here, and okay, engineers versus non-engineers. Especially I will try to dispel this myth which most of the engineers have. Most of them are simply not good enough in mathematics. So please don't have this misconception. You're very good. And do you know what is being good in mathematics? So there are 34 questions in quant. If you are able to score 30 correct, you are good. If you are not, then shut up and you prepare yourself in such a way that you start getting at least 30 correct. Because here we are talking about Blackie not leaving any stone unturned. See, 1 month down the line, like 1 month before CAT or 15 days before CAT, if you talk to me, maybe I can tell you, okay, 100% is not possible. Okay, let's look at what best you can. But I am 101% sure that in 5 months you can get a terrific percentile. You can completely erase your past. You can be a hero, and you can live the life you want, and you can create a good future. Because Blackie, why we are focusing on Blackie? We are focusing on outliers, those people who are exceptional. For example, how come they're exceptional? Sarthak, if you would discuss the placements, if you would show them the placement slides of Blackie. Placement slide, we are going to look at why Blackie is so in demand. Look at the average domestic. Sarthak is setting it up. Yes. Okay, it's visible to all now. Look at Blackie. IIM-K 2020 placements is not out yet. So we are going by last year's figure. IIM Calcutta average domestic salary 28, Ahmedabad 26, Bangalore 26, Lucknow 24.3, Indore 23, Kozhikode 23.1. Just look at this is the average. So will you get an average? I went to IIM Kozhikode in the year 2006. My batch is 2006-2008. The average placement of my batch must be around during that time like 10 or something like that. I got 25. If you are going to go to an IIM, why the hell will you think of the average salary? We will discuss. Look at the highest. So IIM Bangalore highest domestic salary is close to 90 lakhs. Why are you looking at the average? The average package of IIM Bangalore is 26 lakh. But you look at the highest as well. Look at the highest placement of IIM Ahmedabad international placement that was last year. This year's data is not out. 1.3 crore. It's like, you know, today I thought, how will I be opening today's session? I thought I'll go and I will be like Amitabh Bachchan and like Swagat hai aapka, you know, in Kaun Banega Crorepati. Why? Because it's an actual KBC. If you guys know, you know, one guy from Bihar, he had won some 1 crore rupees in KBC and then he lost it all also. Generally, these, you know, people who have these windfall gains, they lose it also very quickly. But here we are actually looking at Crorepatis on a yearly basis. So many of my students who have gone to the top 6 IIMs and FMS and Acceleri and all are drawing more than 1 crore plus package. Few days ago, one of my students who is a passer of IIM Ahmedabad, Priya, she came. She's in a very senior position in a multinational company. They all are in very senior positions, and they are all in late 20s, mid 20s. Let's go to the next slide. If you go to the next slide, yes, KIC story. KIC story is very, very important. You know why? KIC story is very, very important because if you look at the increase in the placements of KIC, it is huge. K is of course IIM Kozhikode. Look at 2018, 17.8 lakh. 2019 average placement jumps to 20.7. 2020 it jumps to 23.1. Look at the jump. IIM Indore 18.2 jumps to 20.8, jumps to 23. IIM Calcutta from last year of 25.5, despite Corona, despite COVID, has jumped to 28. But the two stellar performances have been from Kozhikode and Indore. The rate at which they are going, they are so close to even topping Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta in terms of average placement. Look at the highest domestic. If you look at the highest domestic placement, 2020, IIM Kozhikode highest is 58. Before that it was 41. So from 41 it has jumped to 58. What a jump, huge jump. Similarly in IIM Indore jumped from 41 to 50. IIM Lucknow 54. So you will see that the KI story is going very, very strong. It is not only ABC, but it is also LKI. We can go back to sharing, you know, the video. I hope this is motivating enough. Just ignore if some people are writing and all in a session where how many? I think so many students, 600-700 students of mine will be attending. Some 6-7 students will be maybe from outside and feeling ashamed of themselves. They best like, I think, go and die. This is what you have to do. You have to make your competitors feel so pathetic, so small, that they feel like dying. How you can do it? By outperforming them. Be so good So when you are like, preparing for quant, don't think whether you hate quant or you love quant or like you just have to get some marks in quant. You have to think like a conqueror, like a topper, that if I'm studying quant, I will go and grab it all. If I'm studying English, I have to be really good in language. That whether it be a Shakespearean play, excerpt from a Shakespearean play, or whether it is a science journal, I'm able to comprehend it in the least possible amount of time, and I'm able to get the answers. You need that. You need that. Otherwise, what will happen? You'll be on the other side. Like how I am here, and the other players are on the other side of the table. Similarly, you will have such a story. You don't want to be on the losing side. Especially for my students, believe me, I don't want any of you to be on the losing side. I want to be a winner, and they like how Jordan Belfort also says in Wolf of Wall Street that I ask my clients not to judge me on my wins. I ask my clients to judge me on my losses because there are so few. So this is what you have to. You have to be an excelsior. Here, we'll also quickly talk about speed maths. Please know the tables. Please know the cubes. Please know the squares. So 1 to 20, what's the big deal in knowing the cubes? I marked it up some like 15 years ago. 11 to 20, 1331 is the cube of 11 cubes. So I remember. All you need is maybe 2-3 days of recalling, remembering, writing, doing upside down. So one mistake we do is generally we go in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 till 20. You can change the order. Suddenly you can ask yourself, 4096 is cube of what number? So you have to break. So tables also is very, very important. Squares till 30 is also very important. Reciprocals also is very, very important. Speed maths is important. You have the calculator in CAT examination. But if you're good with number crunching, what is number crunching? This one. If you're good with number crunching, you will be able to be fast, more confident, solve more questions. So please, speed maths is still in, and we'll be doing the speed maths classes of Shashi sir soon. Okay, theta questions. If I am a student, and even if I am doing the basic material in today's time, so we have theta questions as well. Believe me, I will not look at the options. I will just not look at the options. So in your booklets also, the ebooks which are also there, you are having options. In your handouts also, you are having options. I wouldn't have done that. I will not look at options. I will look at the question. I'll try to get the answer, because I don't know how many theta questions will come in future. Plus, why will I not score in theta questions as well? One of the wrong strategy that students follow is okay, theta question is not having any negative marking, so let us not take it that seriously also, which is wrong. I think one more student has come. Okay. Yes. So theta questions, it is very, very important. Why 8 is having no negative marking? So you can also do this, that you can not only increase your marks, but also if you are going wrong somewhere, you will not be penalized. And others will not take the theta questions seriously, because they'll think that it will take a lot of time, and maybe it's better that I look at the answer choices. Okay, it's a decent strategy, but it's not a foolproof strategy. What you need to do, so I think one of my favorite students is here. What did you correct? Something was wrong. Everything is going good. Is everything audible? Because he is in some other room. Okay. Theta questions. Do the theta. When you study, don't look at the answers. Don't look for support. Be independent. Try to solve. When to take IIM-Ks? Some students are panicking. Why? That sir, in TVC we are not able to get a score, or sir, we took an IIM-Kat and we are not able to score. Tell me honestly, if you have not studied all the chapters from arithmetic to geometry mensuration to permutation combination probability to numbers to algebra to coordinate geometry to trigonometry to reading comprehension to vocabulary, how can you take a full length paper? And you'll be wasting an IIM-Kat, because IIM-Kat is of a very good quality. It is the closest thing to CAT possible. You'll be wasting an IIM-Kat, because there'll be good questions of maybe geometry which you have not studied, and that's the reason you didn't even look at the geometry questions. Don't do that mistake. You will have plenty of time for testing. I talked about 2 plus 2 plus 1 the next 5 months. First 2 months, a lot of questions, basics, problem solving. उसके बाद वाला 2 महीने आपको you have to do advanced questions and sectional tests. Last 30-40 days, just take a mock every day and analyze it. That's all you need to do. Initially, you need to put in more hours of study right now. But as you approach the CAT examination day, your number of hours of study will reduce. So please gear up. You have to study a lot. How to analyze a test? People take a test, forget about it. They look at a score and that's all. They're not interested in what after the test. You have to analyze. An analysis of test is at the core of improvement in your score. How to analyze? The most important thing in CAT is the right selection of questions. The most important thing, the right selection of questions. Which question to attempt, which question not to attempt. You start solving the paper. You look at a question, you're familiar, you start solving, but you're taking time. Okay, I'll do it later. You not have, Gajni Bimari that you will suddenly forget when you return to the question. That's the reason in CAT paper also, you have the mark option. You can mark it for later, for posterity. Do that. You'll not forget. But why? We are having attachment, like how Indian movies like Dar and Bazigar and all, like the guy and Kabir Singh, the guy is crazily in love with the girl and will kill the girl and kill oneself also. Same mentality of, clinging to things. Doing a question, not able to solve it, but will not leave the question because you have fallen in love with the question. Not realizing that in the same time you could have solved more doable questions. Please learn how to give up when you solve a paper. It helps you. There's always a, generally all good students will be doing a section in 2 rounds. First round, the most familiar question which they're able to solve the moment they see it. Second round, which they knew but were not able to solve in the first attempt, so they thought, okay, let's do it later. In the first, so if I look at the CAT paper, a CAT section, 60 minutes, I would divide it to 30 plus 30. 30 plus 30 minutes. First 30 minutes, amass score in the section. जो आपके स्ट्रेंथ्स हैं, जो आपको अच्छा लगता है, जो आपको आता है, जो हो रहा है, अमास करिए स्कोर को. कॉन्फिडेंस देगा. नहीं तो बच्चों का क्या होता है, they start a section and if they have not been able to solve much or get a raw score in the first 30 minutes, their manobal, their morale is down. For the next 30 minutes, their entire section is ruined, and that has a bearing on the next section. The most common thing. Test taking strategy is very important, but first have the basic preparation. Do the lot one, revise the lot one. Revision is the key. Some students like, sir, while studying math, suddenly I think that, okay, I have not been revising, so I've forgotten what I read in word par meeting. So go revise it, go shopping you. Is proper preparation possible without timely revisions? No, it is not possible. Revision is a part of preparation. Then silly mistakes. Slap yourself, beat yourself. You are anyways not, Socrates or Leonardo da Vinci. You are an average Joe like me. If you don't work hard, you're going to be, down. Silly mistakes. It's like bolte hai na, kulhadi pe hi pair rakhna. Don't do that. You can't afford a single silly mistake. Doing silly mistakes in the paper is equivalent to basically while studying, being somewhere else, being distracted. What's the purpose of study? कोई पढ़ रहा है 8 घंटे पढ़ रहा है लेकिन वो practically 1 ही घंटे पढ़ रहा है. क्यों? उसका दिमाग इधर उधर जा रहा है. Don't do that. Either dream and achieve, or don't dream. Being in the middle will only bother you, and this age will not return. This time won't return. This opportunity won't return. Ideal attempts of questions in CAT. What is the ideal attempts of questions in CAT? There is no ideal attempts of questions in CAT. You will do as much as possible. It's like if you have seen the classic cult film Fight Club, Brad Pitt, Edward Norton. The first rule about the Fight Club is you do not talk about the Fight Club. The second rule about the Fight Club is you do not talk about the Fight Club. One of the rules which he says is the fight will go on as long as they have to. Similarly, what is the ideal number of attempts in CAT? Do all if you can. That is what you should be aiming at. Can I do 100 questions if it is possible? I know of students. If we give you the history of the last 5-6 CAT examinations, those students who have taught from this region, they have actually done 80-90% of the questions as well. So it is possible to do all. I am able to understand the concept but unable to answer the question, especially in test, because you are scared, my dear friend. But till when will you be scared? You were scared when you were in 2nd standard. You were scared when you were in 5th. In 10th also you were scared, in 12th also you were scared, in graduation also you are scared, post graduation also scared, in marriage also you'll be scared. You'll be scared for the rest of your life. You have to stop being scared. What is the answer to feeling nervous, feeling anxiety when you get up in the morning sometimes, and you know that feeling that I think Kareena Kapoor has in the movie Jab We Met, the train, you know, she's running after train, kuch chhoot raha hai. How to get rid of it? The answer. So Jordan Belfort again in Wolf of Wall Street says the answer to everything is money. I don't think so. The answer to everything is hard work, a proper framework, schedule in which you will work, a lot of positivity, so that it shouldn't be that 2-3 days you're doing and someone comes and says something, you get negatively affected, and again, you know, you stop studying. You have to be very positive from inside. These things are very, very important. So ideal attempts of questions in CAT as much as possible. Distractions, what to do? Think of failure. Sir, what do I do when I am watching maybe a series back to back, even though CAT examination is just 5 months down the line? Think results is out and you have not qualified. It's back to square one. You will be crying. So instead of crying then, cry now so that you stop watching the series and get back to studies. 5 months will just go like this. And because CAT is in November and CAT is also online, so I don't think so there is a 100% chance that the CAT examination is going to get postponed. It's not going to happen. Okay, how to beat stagnation in preparation and test? These are the questions which are posted to me by students. How to beat stagnation in preparation and test? So many people say that, sir, पढ़ाई में अब कोई growth नहीं आ रही है, और results जब हम देखें in terms of the sectional test, topic wise test also वो stagnate कर गए हैं. क्या problem है? Problem यही है कि maybe you have lost the joy. The joy part is very important. You see, you can't win in something which you're not enjoying. You can't win in something, you know, which is not giving you a lot of joy. Because 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day, 10 day, 1 month, so you can pretend. But beyond a point, you will start hating that activity so much that you will stop it. And CAT is an examination which tests independent thinking. Okay, I will share a trivia with you. While preparing for CAT examination, I read in Financial Times. Financial Times is a London newspaper. What are you doing, Sarthak? Nothing. So it was written that IIM, the Financial Times is like how Economic Times is for India, Financial Times is for London. It was written that IIM-Ahmedabad is the toughest institute in the world to get into. IIM-Ahmedabad is the toughest institute in the world to get into. Do you know the reason? It's not because the paper is tough. Because I think a JEE paper will be tougher than a CAT paper. The reason is that it really tests you emotionally, your mental toughness, the EQ part. In CAT examination, even someone like me who came from, arts, humanities, or commerce kind of a background can make it. Why? Because if you talk about the IQ part is not being tested a lot, to be very honest with you. It's basically the soft skills, how you think, your emotional management, and this is specifically tested in DILR. If I have to choose out of the 3 sections, maths, DILR, English, which section I am most confident with, I would say DILR. Do you know why? Because I am generally very confident. It's one of my personality traits. And I have seen this in people. The students who are not that scared, students who are more relaxed, who are more assured of themselves, who are a little self-confident, who believe in themselves. Who will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? Who? Tell me honestly, who will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? It's like you are selling a product and you're only saying, maybe not, it's not that good product. Yeah, look at those products, they are so much better than you. Don't buy it. Nobody is going to. Life is like that. You have to start taking yourself. You want to do MBA, start taking yourself as a brand. Build your brand. Invest in your brand. Body, mind, spirit. Invest in your brand. It is very, very important. So, if you want to be good with DILR, first start getting confident. Start doing sets which are difficult. You'll not believe I used to look forward to solving difficult sets because it used to give me thrill, enjoy, adrenaline rush. That's what you do. Change the way you look at the paper. So I have talked to so many students who are like, I don't like maths at all. Stop doing that. You have to love maths. You have to be a champion in maths. You have to conquer this paper. How can it's like आप लड़ाई के लिए जा रहे हो 19th century है आपको दिया गया है बंदूक दिया गया है तलवार दिया गया आप बोल रहे यार मुझे तलवार अच्छा नहीं लगता है बंदूक अच्छा नहीं लगता है you're going to war. You have to be like very very good with your weapons. These are your weapons, these three sections. If you score well in these three sections, you'll get a call. If you get a call, if you perform well in the essay and the interview, very good. That's the reason we talked about 5 plus 3 plus 1 hour every day. 5 hours maths, 3 hours English, 1 hour reasoning. What to do in English? Read, comprehend, write. You read something, write a summary. Summary writing will help you in two ways. A, it will help you in comprehension. So when you look at a paragraph in RC paragraph, a passage in CAT also, what is most important? Comprehension. The important points of the passage. Have you been able to understand and retain it when you look at the questions? Same is the case when you do summary. In summary, all the important points, try capturing them. Read the passage, reread. Even if I am taking CAT examination, I will at least read the passage 2 times before looking at the questions. Summary writing plus WAT. You saw 10 to 20 points out of 100 points are there in the final selection. What will happen in 1 month? So in January the CAT results are out. From Feb March the interview start. In 1 month suddenly you will become what? Sarojini Naidu in writing. That you're going to be writing marvelous essays and wax eloquence and good words, bombastic words. It's not going to happen. So you have to start practicing from now. Don't worry. We are going to, like TBC, trial by combat. We are going to come up with a challenge very soon where we'll be asking students to write summaries, and they'll win exciting prizes and points if they write good summaries. Stage 2. Stage 2 is important. We are talking about it start today. First, in stage 2 WAT interview, 2 things you have to understand. First, you need to have good written as well as spoken communication skills. Here we are talking about English spoken skills and written skills. Please start practicing from today. Second, you need to know about the world. That's the reason, from next week we are going to be having specific sessions every 2-3 days where we'll be talking about economy, about polity, about geography, which will be relevant, from the WAT perspective. WAT, written ability test, also known as essay, comes in Blackie during selection, and the topics come from PESTLE. What is PESTLE? PESTLE: political, economic, social, technological, legal, environmental. These are so you will be taught every week now on political, economic, social, technological, legal, environmental. Why? I want you guys to get 100. I want you guys to basically create history. And with you guys creating history, of course, my history is going to be written because I'm with you guys. Okay, GRE, GMAT. First focus on CAT. Anyways, going abroad right now is not a safe option. If Abhir can also come, to the room, we'll discuss a little about GRE, GMAT. Profile building. Every day I'm getting a lot of messages on Telegram. Sir, how do I build my profile? What kind of certification courses do I do? Hold on. First, you should focus on what you're good at. It shouldn't look just like, what's the point of doing just a course, just a certificate, if it is not having a big value add. Abir has just come into the room. I think a few minutes ago he came, he created some disaster here. He's again back. It is of no use. So he would also agree with me actually. That you can also come in the frame. He will also agree with me that there is no point in pursuing something in which you are not genuinely interested. You have to be genuinely interested in something. It's like someone just for the sake of writing is writing in his resume that I am fond of reading. So the what the IIM professor will do? Okay, boy, you don't tell me the last 10 books. Tell me the 10 books before that you have read. You'll be at a total loss. Now, I was genuinely fond of reading, so whether it be Graham Greene or it be Indian writers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, or it be playwrights like Bernard Shaw and Oscar Wilde. So when I said that, sir, I'm fond of literature, they would have asked me anything under the sun, and I would have responded because I was genuinely interested. So as a cricketer, so sometimes they used to ask me in the interview about cricket. I knew about it because it was a genuine interest. Please start focusing on your genuine interest. You cannot fake for long. It's like someone is not interested in marketing but doing a digital marketing course just to show, sir, I know about digital marketing. But is it your passion? I would say find your passion. It can be anything. Someone's passion can be singing, and that person can go on to starting a YouTube channel or recording or doing something or learning more on it. That also is profile building. Someone can be a real, mechanical engineer, come operations techie kind of guy, can do courses in Six Sigma because he's genuinely interested in it. When you look at a course, look at how interested you are in that course, because everything is going to be judged by two things, my friends. One is passion, and the second is depth of knowledge. So if you talk about that I am interested in this as your hobby, or not as a hobby, but as something in which you're focusing as a resume point, they will check both these parameters. And you know what? It doesn't require a person to be even educated to know whether you are genuinely passionate and knowledgeable about something. Anyone can make out. It's like Hindustani जनता, आपने अच्छा एक्टिंग किया है, तो आपका हो गया, पैसा वसूल हो गया. They are the best critics. Okay, we have got Abhir here with us. He is again a very sweet boy and a very close friend. And he did a mistake. What was his mistake? He didn't give his 100%. You know what is 100%? Every day counts. Every hour counts. That's the reason he won 99.65 percentile. Otherwise, he was 100 percentile. Get 100 and make history kind of a candidate. But guess what? It is not only the IIMs which are taking CAT scores. He is a in French girls, and he likes French music as well. In fact, he's having photographs also which are very French by nature. So he has got selected in the top-notch French business schools because of his CAT 99.65 percentile. So ESSEC Paris is one of the top B schools there. He has got selected there, as well as he has got selected in some other B schools abroad, and it is purely because of the CAT percentile. So even if you're interested in going abroad and doing MBA, CAT is being accepted by the top business schools. Plus, what is there in GRE, GMAT? In GRE, CAT का मैथ्स किया, GRE का मैथ्स हो गया, 100% हो गया. CAT का इंग्लिश किया, GRE का RC हो गया, vocabulary का अलग से आपको पढ़ाई करना होगा because 50% questions in English is fill in the blanks vocabulary. There also they give options, 4 to 6 options. So even options are there. GMAT, CAT maths, GMAT maths done. CAT English, GMAT English done, but like vocabulary comes in GRE, grammar comes in GMAT, and critical reasoning comes in GMAT. So you'll have to study extra. Nothing else you need to do. There are also like in CAT you have WAT, you have analytical writing in GRE and GMAT. And in GMAT you have integrated reasoning also, but that is not scored. And if you are good with the CAT reasoning, of course it is well taken care of. So GRE, GMAT also, CAT is also there for foreign B schools. Students are going. And the good part is like he got admission for this year, but then he wrote a mail and he has deferred his admission to next year. Among the Indian B schools also he has converted MDI and all. But why have I called him? For two reasons. One is, okay, even if you go to an IIM Ahmedabad, you think you have got it all. You have become the king of the kings and the sultan of swing. No, you have not. You have to go and you have to fight it out in the corporate sector, and you have to become a business titan, a corporate juggernaut. For that, you need to have a good personality, a good nature. So this boy is having a never say die spirit. And I seldom see him cribbing and crying, over spilled milk. He is positive. Of course, he did a mistake and he has got penalized more than anyone at a 99.65, a general category engineer male. But why I have called him is because he has got 99.9 percentile in DILR. I was talking about DILR, and see, this is the reason. Why I think Abir has got a high percentile in DILR. It is because of his nature also. In DILR, you need to be calm, you need to be composed. Who will be, okay, what kind of sports, or which sports comes to your mind if I ask you that you need to be very calm while playing this sports? He's saying chess. In chess, you need to be very calm. You know what was going to be my answer? F1 racing. You need to be very calm because you're at such a high speed and you can't make any mistake. DILR, tough sets, and you can't predict what kind of sets are going to come in the paper. You go there. All that can save you is a smile, a positive attitude, looking forward to the set. Okay, I'm going to solve. So it's like two types of students. One type of student is given a puzzle and he's like, oh my god, I have to solve this puzzle. The other, okay, bring it on. You have to go for it. So maybe Abhir would like to contribute his 2 cents on DILR, how to get a 100 percentile, even though he has got a 99.90. But I want, there are students who have got 100 also from you, 100 percentile. How to get a 100 in DILR?
Think about this particular section, the ILR, that makes it so different than the other two sections is that it rewards your effort much more than others. What I mean by that is, if you take my example, मैंने कभी घर पे जाके LRDI की पढ़ाई की नहीं because I never needed to. LRDI में ऐसा है कि concept अगर एक बार समझ में आ रहा है, you understand a wide array of questions around it. And this is where a good teacher comes into play. I had a very good teacher in Ankit sir, and Ashish sir himself has also taught me LRDI. Now what this means is अगर अच्छा टीचर है तुम्हें एक बार कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ाया तुम्हें घर पे नहीं जाना है. This is not like say maths where you keep practicing and you keep improving. No, here you study in class handout where there are a variety of questions, you solve those questions and you're done. A lot of time, resource, energy is left over for you to focus on your other subjects, and that's what happened with me. LRDI, I came to class, I did my questions, made sure that those concepts that were explained, I had them ingrained very well. And as I said, some people, my juniors, especially from college, will ask me कि सर अनअकैडमी से कर लें क्या हम लोग, या फिर यहाँ कोई सस्ती सी कोचिंग है, लोकल कोचिंग है जो सस्ते में कैट दे रही है, यहाँ से कर लें. I always advise strongly against this. One major reason is this section. अगर कोई टीचर को खुद का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं अच्छा होगा, वो कैसे तुम्हें कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर करा सकता है. So a good teacher comes into play here. And LRDI में obviously there's not a lot of practice, but then again there's no one size fits all, right? जो strategy मेरे लिए work करी, it might not work for some, might be required to understand that concept. Maybe like sir said, a lot of people tend to crumble under pressure. Of course, this is something that has happened to me in the past, so it no longer happens with me because I worked on it. मैं बिल्कुल ठंडा रहता हूँ, I remain calm. DILR में कई बार होता है क्वेश्चन एक बार में नहीं सॉल्व हो रहा है, तो क्या लगे रहा है कि छोड़ दें. अगर टाइम ज्यादा लग रहा है तो छोड़ दें, नहीं लग रहा है एक बार सोचो. You look at it in a calm way. और वो calmness आती है. There's no one strategy for everyone, but you need to figure out your own strategy for this particular section. And once you crack this section, this will be your most successful section. This will be the one that rewards you the best.
Thank you, Abir. I think very well said. It's a very rewarding section because as you saw the number of hours of division, it doesn't consume a lot of hours. Right now also 5 plus 3 plus 1, only 1 out of 8, that is 12.5% is given to DILR in your preparation every day, in comparison to 5 hours for maths, 3 hours for English. So it's a very, very rewarding. Let's get back to the questions. First, I'm trying to look at the questions posted by students. EWS category. What is EWS category? Economically weaker sections of society got added this. हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स की बात करें तो इनका जो सिलेक्शन है वो NC-OBC के कट ऑफ जितना होता है. So if you're looking at what percentile an NC-OBC student is going to get selected in Blackie, EWS will also be getting selected in the same kind of percentile. What is the criteria? Your annual parental annual income, family annual income should not be more than 8 lakh rupees annually. If your family income, combined income of mummy and papa, is less than 8 lakh, then you can claim EWS category. There is 10% reservation for it. Is work ex compulsory? No, work experience is not compulsory. How to justify a drop here? Depends again. Depends. First, I would request Sarthak if you can show again the work ex points. The work ex points which are there. How many points are there for work experience when it comes to selecting work ex? Yes, we are there in the work ex and finals. IIM Ahmedabad, Indore 0, Lucknow 5, Calcutta 8, Bangalore 10, and Kozhikode resume 10. That is how. So number of points is not very, very huge. It is very, very less. It's as less as maybe some of these monkeys, 2 or 3 who are drawing something, because they are losers. They have already lost. Not being here means they have lost. Similarly, you guys don't have to be like them. How to justify a drop here? Okay, let me take this question in a very, very simple way. If you are able to have the work experience, good enough. If you are not able to have the work experience, then you can come up with the justification. The large justification can be you are preparing for CAT. I have even seen students who had a gap year or 2 years as gap year and they have made it to Blackie. It is not compulsory to show work experience or have work experience. A lot of people show work experience and they don't even have work experience, but they show work experience. But I'm talking about those students who didn't even show work experience. They also make it to Blackie. They get selected. Now we would like to go to the slides and we'll see quickly if we have missed something before we go to the most important discussion, and that is who all have been selected as Excelsiors. It's a very big announcement coming up. Yes, to the next slide. We have covered this. Next slide. We have covered this as well. We have covered this as well. We have covered this as well. Fake news, no money, no MBA. So I think all of you know that you can easily get a term-free, guarantee-free, collateral-free, mortgage-free loan if you're going to a top B school. Here we're talking about IIMs, Excel, FMS, SPJN, MDI, IITs, IIFT. You can get a loan easily. So you don't have a problem, no money, MBA problem. That is fake news. The next one. No English medium, no MBA. You have heard Virendra speak. So there are Virendra every year coming out of our institute. Myth, you have to be intelligent to crack CAT. I told you it is EQ. More of EQ, less of IQ. More of EQ, less of IQ. To the next one. Maths. We'll discuss about maths. Next slide. Okay, look at these students. I think the time has come to shame the players, other CAT coaching also, like you guys have to shame your compatriots in CAT. Look at the number of students. These are just some of the students and their testimonials, and we only show Blackie results. Other coaching institutes, even if they get one IIM Raipur, one IIM Jammu, they'll be dancing on the table with maybe beer and a fat belly. But here it is not the case. I'm not even interested in Blackie. This year, I have a new zid. I'm a very ziddy guy. I want get 100 campaign to take momentum. I want the students who love me. I know a lot of students love me because I love all of them. So at least some of them love me back. They will take this challenge. They will take this fucking challenge and they're going to try and aspire to get 100. They have to get 100. And in Blackie also, you'll see so many students that are coming from different backgrounds. As we discussed, there is no prototype. To the next slide. Look, we have not been able to fit all the students. We have not been able to fit all the students. 200, close to 250 students from T.I.M.E, Lucknow and Kanpur are making it to IIMs. So there is no CAT coaching institute in this entire region which even has 250 students. And we are having 250 students going to IIMs. But I am not happy. I am not happy because I know the potential in you. I know the potential in me. If we are able to make a tag team, we are going to defeat everyone. We are going to be the national rank, all India rank one. I got so happy when Ronak Ranjit Majumdar called me after his CAT. 18 results were out. That, sir, I didn't call you for such a long time because when in my first CAT attempt, I did not get 100 percentile. I felt very let down. I thought I've let you and my father down. So I prepared again. I got 100 percentile, all India rank one. I want more Ronak Ranjit Majumdars. I want more stories, rags to riches stories. That is what people like, rags to riches stories. From the house of Excelsiors to the next one. This is because of you guys at a very young age getting awarded by the Economic Times as the iconic brand of India. So apart from me, which are the brands which have won the Economic Times iconic brand of India award? Brands like Unilever, brands like Amul, brands like Distillery. And yesterday I was giving the interview to the Economic Times people. I said I'm such a small guy. Ashish, Sinha as a brand is not comparable to the distilleries and to the Amuls and to all these things. I'm very small. Why are you giving me this big award? This is because of the achievement of your students. So my achievement is my students' achievement, and I want that this shouldn't be only like I should be satisfied with this. You should not be satisfied with the 98. You should not be satisfied with the 910 or 99. You should only be satisfied with the 100. You should dream about 100 every day. If you dream, the way you think, the way you behave, the way you do everything will automatically change. And I can bet on this. Go to the next slide. Trial by combat and Excelsior. Before that, one last question which I didn't address. This is the last slide, right? One question which I didn't address. So many students have phobia of maths. How to get rid of it? It's very simple. You can get rid of something only by overworking, through overwork. I'm very fat, I'm 150. How do I become 70? Overwork. Exercise a lot. Eat the right food. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, you will reach the desired target. Everything in life is so simple. So please do not, anyways, they're not asking you calculus and matrices and determinants and all these kind of things. So why? Why you want to do that? Don't do that. Okay. Students are there, and we have to talk about trial by combat and Excelsior. We have been doing TBC for such a long time. In our trial by combat TBC group, there are more than 850 players as of now. And every day at 10 p.m., the dawn happens and the TBC, the combat begins. We have been looking at the performance of the combatants, of the gladiators and the gladiator supreme, who's the winner of the day, and Spartacus, who's the winner of the week. And I would like to call Agent Tanya, who has been doing the tallying of points every day meticulously and giving hours. And we have the list. So what I've decided, that this year, the first batch of Excelsiors, the first batch of the 20 gladiators, the 20 Spartans, the 20 champions of champions, we'll be announcing their names. It is on the basis of their performance over the past few weeks. So Sarthak, if we can go to, and Agent Tanya has also come. If Agent Tanya can come here. Agent Tanya, who has been meticulously taking care of the TBC, is here. A round of applause. Look at this girl. You know what I like about this girl? She is a local girl from National PG. And like you guys, many of you guys from National PG, she has done her BCom from National PG, BCom honors from National PG. She has got selected in IIM Raipur, but she is not happy. I know her very well. She is not happy. She has been selected in IIM Raipur and she is not happy. Now, I am having students who have 100 percentile, who have 99.99 percentile, who have 99.98 percentile. But why do you see me generally with people like Tanya and Abhi? Because I like staying with people who have a never say die spirit. Because I am an underdog. I was also, not good with studies and education, and then took a giant leap. So I like people, I like people like them who, despite initially only getting IIM Raipur, is not very happy. Like you saw in Abhi, despite 99.65, get 100 thing. That's the reason. You will not be happy as long as you do not get the top position. I mean, very honest with you. I literally mean the top position. If I get up one day and in this region I am not the top, CAT mentor, I will actually go into depression. And I know this is a fact, this is truth for every single individual. If they are not right there at the top, they are not going to be happy, because nobody likes being at the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth place. That's the reason get 100. You will not believe these other, CAT coaching institutes don't even have the balls to talk about 100 percentiles. And all of them have the same shit, like get a 99.99, get a 99.99%. I have never seen anyone talking about get a 100 percentile. It's a difference of the way you think, where you come from, what you think, where you want to be. Where you want to be is very, very important. So thank you, Tanya, for helping. And she, as the prefect, has to say something about cheating.
The only thing which I want to say about cheating is that it's not going to help you on your D-Day. Because if you make this framework of cheating right now and doing guesswork, your 100% accuracy, the ambition of bringing 100% accuracy on the D-Day is going to be hampered.
Who will be cheating? I think someone who is a monkey. Why? Because at the age of 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, if you're thinking you can cheat in CAT examination, you're a monkey. You don't have that brain. Nobody can cheat in CAT. That's the reason. When you study, get into the theta mode. You look at a question, don't look at the options. You get the answer. That is the way to go about. Without any further, wastage of time, let us announce the first batch of Excelsiors. Sarthak is doing the honors. And we are having a good mix of Excelsiors. Tanya, I hope the audio and everything is good at our students are enrolled right now. Yes, we have the results. Congratulations, Naman Roshan from IT Kanpur at the first position. He is the first position. Second, Piyush Trivedi. Piyush is, brother of my ex-student Priya, who is a passer of IIM-Ahmedabad, a very bright, positive girl, and Piyush is going to break her record. Maybe Piyush will be getting 100%. Naman, Piyush, Deepak Kumar from IT Lucknow. IT Lucknow was in the year 2012, and IT Lucknow gave me my first topper student, Tanima Chitranshi, with a 99.99 percentile. Praveen Singh from GLB Science College, Hardoi at 4th position. Dhruv Prakash, again, material, get 100 campaign, big aspirant, who we are banking on getting 100. Dhruv, all the best. 5th, 6th, Rachit Agarwal from National PG. Can a National PG student get 100 percentile? Yes, I think so. If I look at 100 students, out of 100 students, if I look at how many will be from National PG, at least 60-70% of them, I'm talking here about 100 French students. Rachit Srivastava from IT Guwahati, Astha Sharma, NIFT, being from NIFT, being at the 8th position, kudos to you, brilliant. Agya Katia from Kanpur University, 9th. Swarnim from SRM CEM, 10th. Every year from Ramsarup, we also have toppers and students going to Blackie. Anjali Rai again from Ramsarup. Rishabh Bhatia, he is a brilliant boy. He loves to play a video game called Dota, but now he has taken this challenge that I am going to be the next topper of CAT 100 percentile FU. Kriti Shukla from PPM College Kanpur, anyone can do it. I have a girl student, her name is, let's not take her name, she's from Navyuk PG College, name is Nandita by the way. She is from Navyuk PG College, which is not a great college, in Lucknow. And this girl is so gutsy that in her first attempt in CAT, she got a new IIM. She said, FU, I'm not going to go to a new IIM. She took CAT again, and she is currently, in final year at IIM Lucknow. So Kriti Shukla from PPM Kanpur can be in IIM Ahmedabad and can be the next 100 percentile. And I'm with you, girl. Aditi Singhal, a regular performer from BGPG College, Diamond PG College, Kanpur at 14th. Very good going, girl. Akriti Verma, proud of you, again from PPM. Proud of you. These are the first batch of real Excelsiors. I started the program, Excelsior program, last year, but it was a pilot project. In the pilot project, you commit mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. I have learned from my mistakes, and this year my Excelsiors are going to be getting 100 percentile. Shifali Singh from TYSM College Fatehpur, brilliant girl, good going Shifali. Sharik, always a regular candidate in TBC, graduate list, 17th from LU. Garima Avasti from PPN again. Varun Bhagwani from IT Lucknow. Congratulations, Varun. Next time I want you to be, maybe in the first 3 ranks. Ananya Bajpayee, again a regular performer. Jaya Tripathi, congratulations from LU. These are the first 20 Excelsiors who have been chosen. The first 20 Excelsiors who have been chosen. Can we get back to the screen? Proud of you. Simply proud of you. How many people can take a game like TBC? Very few people can take a game like TBC. At 10 p.m., those who are not playing this game every day, at 10 p.m. we pose the questions, and between 10 to 11 o'clock we have close to 1700-1800 messages. And there is more pressure than there is in CAT, because in CAT at least you're getting 1 hour for every section. Here you have to be ASAP. How to play this game? Even a beginner can play this game. How to play? Very simple. A beginner maybe has done only 2-3 topics like arithmetic or 1-2 other topics. You just focus on those questions, no? Why you have to look at other questions in maths which you are not prepared for? At least you're getting exposure. Plus, whoever solves the question first gets the mark. So maybe you have only done arithmetic. You look at an arithmetic question and you are the first one to answer, and you get the marks. You can be in the gladiator list as well. Please play the game. I will be selecting 150 students as Excelsiors, and I will ensure that they go only and only to Ivy League. Ivy League is not new IIMs and maybe IIMC, but you're talking about Blackie, only Blackie here. And how will I be selecting? It will be a mix of trial by combat and AIM-CAT performances. And how will I be training? Very soon these 20 students will be made to undergo more rigorous tests. And I bet that's going to help them. Next week, again, we'll be adding a good number of Excelsiors. So please play TBC every day so that students don't cheat in TBC. What we are also doing is we are increasing the number of TETA questions. So what the hell? You cannot make a guess. You'll have to type in the answer. As simple as that. That's how you have to study also. Okay. Now we are going to have another talk like how Abhi talked. We'll be giving 15 minutes to Rishabh sir, who has taken classes of our Kanpur students for quite some time. And Rishabh sir, a very, very, good thing about Rishabh sir is that look at his mentality. The first time I met him, which was 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, he had 100 percentile in maths in quant. And what struck me the most about this boy was, young boy was, he was not boasting about 100 percentile in maths. He was saying that, sir, one of my aspirations is that I want to be very good with communication in English, and I want to be genuinely good in the language, and I want to learn public speaking. I said, why? He said, because I'm not good at it. I basically want to be good at what I'm not good at. Now, not many people have the courage even to improve upon their weaknesses. And this boy not only helped the students day in, day out tirelessly, but also kept on improving on his English language skills. And 3 years ago, he had 100 percentile in quant, but he didn't have a very high percentile in English. This year, he had a high percentile in quant also, reasoning also, English also, overall percentile also of 99.93. He had all Blackie calls. And he has converted most of them, I think almost all of them. He has already paid the money for IIM Bangalore, but he's waitlisted 2 in IIM Ahmedabad. So he might be going to IIM Ahmedabad also. So I have asked Rishabh that, Rishabh, you have got 100 percentile, you have got an overall 99.93 percentile, but you're not from an IIT, you're from Gonda, you're a local boy. I want you to discuss what strategy is suitable for a guy who's at the bottom to get 100 percentile. So is Rishabh there? Can we get Rishabh? If we can get Rishabh, I hope you guys are benefiting. Before we go to Rishabh, I would like to ask my students: are you benefiting? Is it clear what I'm saying, what I'm communicating? If you can just yes. So can we get Rishabh? Can we get Rishabh? He's there. Another thing, we also today plan to have a TBC to give you an idea of the game, where we will be posting a reasoning set. We'll be posting a tough reasoning set, which will be having 4 or 5 questions. We'll be giving you exactly 10 minutes. And I want even those students who are not able to do, at least try solving. Jahan se jage, wahin se savera. Same thing. You can't be prepared. Na? It's like an interview. Can someone be completely prepared or completely under-prepared for an interview? No, it is not possible. So I want you guys to basically try this reasoning set. It is having off points again if you want to be selected as an Excelsior or become a Spartacus or a Gladiator Supreme. 10 minutes is the maximum, but I know some of the students will be able to answer before 10 minutes. Of course, it will be TETA, so nobody will be able to guess as well. We'll be playing that very soon. But is Rishabh sir there? They're doing from his connect because he's not here. He's in Bangalore. He's from Bangalore. His parents are there right now. He's from Gonda, but his parents work in Bangalore, so he has gone to Bangalore. Rishabh, are you there? If you can connect to Rishabh. Okay, in the meantime, I also have some more good news for my students. From next week, we are also having tailor-made classes for SNAP, IIFT, CMAT, MICA, TIS, IRMA, ZAT, tailor-made classes. For example, the reasoning topics, some of the reasoning topics which come in SNAP, in NMAT, in CMAT, they don't come in CAT examination. So we are anyways having those classes. But at the same time, we'll be adding like GK comes in IIFT, it comes in ZAT, it comes in CMAT, it comes in MICA, it comes in IRMA. So IRMA is having CAT as well as issues of social concern, the GK test. It comes in TISNET. So we'll be also having specific GK classes because it is important. You can't suddenly prepare for it. And right now you can take, you do multitasking. As you approach the CAT window, you will be panicking and you'll try to focus more on CAT only. So we'll be having special classes as well. For example, ZAT is having one section known as decision making. It's a big section. So every year, what we used to do first, we used to let CAT happen, and then we used to teach decision making. But that was wrong. Why? Because decision making is also based on comprehension and analytical reasoning. It's a mix of RC and reasoning. So it can be practiced now also because it will help you, in CAT as well. So we will be having OMET specific classes very soon. Yes, is Rishabh there?
Yeah, yes.
We can connect with Rishabh.
Yes, actually, I'm here. Sorry,
Rishabh,
I think my net was actually working and it just stopped working the moment you start introducing me. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, I do. Okay, let's go ahead. I just wanted to share a few things. I don't want to I don't want to hog a lot of time. Hi guys, I think a few of you already know me. A lot of you don't maybe. Let's start. Let's talk about quants. For the past 5 to 6 years, we are actually seeing a very different kind of trend in quants. For example, there is a topic called arithmetic. Arithmetic is one topic which is something everybody has studied before their class 10th. ऐसा कोई भी नहीं मिलेगा जो class 10 से पहले arithmetic नहीं पढ़ा हुआ है. Arithmetic is always the key for any management entrance examination. If you're bad at arithmetic, you do not stand a chance for anything other than that. Actually, if we talk about arithmetic, there are 18 questions in arithmetic for every cat. At an average of more than 50% of the paper for every cat for the last 5 to 6 years is from arithmetic. If you're talking about arithmetic, let's talk about those 18 questions. If you are bad at arithmetic and you are going to screw up those 18 questions, you don't stand a chance. But arithmetic has two major roles to play in your whole CAT examination. Let's say there are two roles. First is, let's talk about two persons. Both of them are equally good at arithmetic, but person one can attempt those 18 questions, let's suppose your whole hour. The person one takes whole 1 hour to attempt those 18 questions. Let's suppose he got those 18, the ek do galat ho jate hain, and he got a score of 50 marks. A score of 50 marks is going to fetch you a 98 percentile at most at max. 98, maybe 99, 98.5, it's a good day in your quants. And I don't think 98.5 is going to help you whatever you are trying to achieve. For example, just like sir was saying, he actually wants most of you to get a 100 percentile. 100 percentile is something which a 50 or 98.5 and 100 is a lot, two different categories of people. What actually you can do here, if you talk about this arithmetic situation, the person B, the person who wants to get a 100 percentile, or person who wants to actually go into the Blackie colleges, especially at least top 3 ABC, will actually be attempting those 18 questions in under 30-35 minutes. Because why? Both are the arithmetic topics. They're actually time and work, time, speed, distance, SI, simple interest, compound interest. I think these are the topics which everybody has studied before their class 10. These are topics which actually we teach kids in schools just to make sure that they actually understand what is actually going around in their life. So since these are such topics which everybody can understand, these are easy topics. The whole focus while you're studying in these times, especially for the next 2 to 3 months, should we make sure that you're very much efficient in arithmetic. What I mean by efficient, I'm not very accurate, I'm not very good in concept, I'm saying efficient in arithmetic. What I mean by being efficient in arithmetic is that you solve those 18 questions, 15 questions, that you can solve those 18 questions. वो तो solve होना ही होना है, but you can actually solve those 18, more than 50% of paper, the arithmetic paper, in less than 30-35 minutes. If you are solving those 30-35 minutes, those 18 questions have actually sealed a spot of at least basic college के लिए तुम्हारा spot sealed हो चुका है. Now you have about, let's suppose, 50% of your paper and about 50% of your time. Not pick your topics. Pick the topics which you are very good at. Pick the topic, for example, somebody is very good at, let's suppose, permutation, combination, probability. Let's suppose somebody is very good at geometry. But any of those topics, let's talk about geometry. Geometry, you have to draw diagram. And CAT, as a rule, does not give you diagram. CAT, if they have to give a diagram in geometry, they will just explain the diagram to you in writing. No matter how good you are in geometry, you actually have to draw that diagram. That is going to take about 1.5 minutes to read something off the screen and then draw that particular diagram. So going to draw that diagram, it is actually going to take more than the average time which is allotted. That's why arithmetic should be done first. Then the आखिरी के आधे घंटे में तुम जितना भी जो करना, that is about attempting how you're going to attempt a paper. To get a 99.9 or a 100 percentile, you actually need to attempt about 30, 31, 32 questions. Yes, there would be 2 to 3 questions which you can leave, and the reason should be leaving those questions would be कि चलो उस time पे that question may take more time. ठीक है? Let's talk about how we are going to go through preparation. Actually specifically mentioned a very good strategy, that is 2 plus 2 plus 1. Your first 2 months from now would always be in a focused manner that you solve as much question in quant as possible to make sure that you're solving as much question and making sure that you're conceptually very clear. If there is any problem with the clarity of the question, make sure that you are streaming that you're ironing that out, screening that out those questions. Make sure you consult every of your faculties which are available at your disposal. There's a lot of people, even Ashish is almost every time available to each of the students who is actually showing in fact he is available to every student who actually comes to him, irrespective if he is in the coaching or not. So make sure that you stream out anything which is conceptually very, which can be a conceptual border in the next 2 months. Solve as much as possible. Even anybody जो कि he is not from engineering background, I'm saying arithmetic is the key. Arithmetic is something जो कि 10 से पहले पढ़ता है. 10 से पहले तो किसी का मैथ्स नहीं जाता है ना. Since 10 से पहले किसी का मैथ्स नहीं जाता है, it is something which all of you can work, because all of you have already studied that and some of you were already good in that in the school. Exactly, कुछ भी change नहीं होगा, वही questions होंगे. What you have to do is you have to find a quicker way, because you are actually more mature. People expect more things from you than a class 8th boy or girl. To make sure that you're solving the same question which a class 8 boy or girl is solving, but make sure you're solving it more efficiently. You're solving it orally. You're solving for the first 2 months. Make sure that you have streamed out everything. That you have streamed out everything which you are studying conceptually. For the next 2 months, work on your speed. Work on your test taking strategies. See where you can actually improve your speed. For every time you're going to improve your speed, there would be some doubts, there would be some problem with your accuracy. Yes, like suppose if you're attempting 20 questions in an IIM-K, and if you try to attempt, let's suppose in next IIM-K you try to attempt 25 questions, there's a possibility that your accuracy may boils down. Just analyze the pin. Why did your accuracy got hit? Is it because that you made a silly mistake? If you have made a silly mistake, that silly mistake can be resolved without actually slowing down your speed. Do analyze whenever you're going to put a gear up in your speed, what is actually bringing down your accuracy, because it is a very basic rule that first time when you're going to speed up or gear up your speed in any mock, it is definitely going to bring down your accuracy. Your next point will always be, the next actually goal should always be to not actually border with that speed, but actually keeping that speed which you have actually maintained, which you have actually geared up to, and then resolving कि कैसे मैं अपने accuracy फिर से improve करूँ. So that would be like this, that you improve your speed, then accuracy goes down, then again improve the accuracy again, then again improve your speed, then again accuracy. So how to do word problems in arithmetic? Let me get to that. This is the second phase. Two concept, two speed. Last 1 month should only be dedicated to taking as much test as possible. Let me share what I actually did. There's a lot of people who can get nervous in examination. There's a lot of people who can actually do far worse in the examination because of the whole pressure scenario, which actually boils around to them. Just because this happens because a lot of people haven't actually never taken that much test or mocks, which is required. Let me share my strategy. What I did. I make sure I just did sectionals. I don't did whole mocks because for quants. I did sectionals. I did sectionals in a manner कि कभी मैं sectional दे रहा था तो I make sure that it started to play like a game. For example, sometimes you play a mobile game on your laptop या फिर mobile कहीं पे भी तो you play a game. What happens? तुम जैसे game अपना खेलना शुरू करते हो, sometimes okay, just give me 2 minutes. ठीक है? So whenever you actually play something, तो कुछ होता नहीं कि तो जल्दी you play something more कि एक बार गेम खेला, फिर तुमको फिर से खेलने का मन किया क्योंकि तुमको लगा कि अरे मैं थोड़ा और अच्छा कर सकता हूँ, फिर थोड़ा सा और खेलने का मन किया कि थोड़ा और अच्छा कर सकता हूँ. मेक श्योर दिस हैपेंस व्हेन यू एक्चुअली गिविंग टेस्ट, कि एक टेस्ट दिया, अरे मैं तो थोड़ा और अच्छा कर सकता हूँ. दो टेस्ट, तुम एक टेस्ट देने बैठे तो तुमको 3-4 टेस्ट दे के चले गए. This actually makes sure that you are in a game mode. You should be in game mode in an examination. Okay, let me stop. I think I am out of my time. But actually, this 2 plus 2 plus 1 strategy will always work. Make sure last 1 month do take as much test as possible, just to make sure that taking test will feel like attempting a game to you. जब वो गेम जैसा लगेगा, जैसे तुम एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में जाओगे, एक दो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो, you will get into the game mode. भूल जाओगे अगल बगल कुछ हो रहा है, like तुम गेम खेल रहे हो. And that will always help. I hope all the best to all of you. I hope we all get into the school you actually want. And over to you, Ashish sir.
Thank you,
I think you
Rishabh.
will be a
Thank
better
you.
guide to all the students.
Thank you. Thank you. We will be posting. Rishabh, we have to give me 2-3 minutes, then we'll be posting the questions of TBC. So
Yeah, sure.
Back. Yes, we are back. Sarthak, are we back? We are back, and the next plan of action is that I'm going to say bye to you, and I'm always there. I think I talk to so many students every day on Telegram, over call, over WhatsApp. I am available to help you as much as possible. But then I have only one expectation from you. You please start focusing on getting 100. If you want someone like me as a mentor who himself is, so aspirational and want to do something really big and innovative in the field of education, I want you to carry similar aspiration levels and try to be the next topper. What we'll be doing right now is that we will be posting the reasoning set. You'll be sharing the screen and you'll see the reasoning set. Not now, just wait, Sarthak. And then students will be posting their answers, and after that they can leave. That's the end of today's session, but we will be having more sessions. Do you guys want to have more Sunday sessions where, like today we talked about CAT, maybe next session we talk more about OMER, and more and more how to go about the week. So maybe we can have TVC Monday to Saturday, and on Sunday we can have a session here where I will also be calling other big CAT juggernauts who will be sharing their experiences, the other top mentors of the country, the best maths trainer in the country, the best, English trainer, language trainer in the country, 100% Tyler. And every Sunday, we at this time, and that is 5 o'clock, I chat with you, my students who I love from the bottom of my heart. We discuss strategies, we get motivated, and we try to get 100. And 6 days, we study like a dog. We study like a dog. We give every single hour. We don't waste time. We stay away from negativity. We put in a minimum 8 hours. Even we are working professionals, still we will take out time. Even if we are repeating, we will not think that, okay, we are seniors because we are repeating, so we will not be doing what we did last year in terms of the basics and the fundamentals. Don't do this mistake. I am sure this is the year. 2020 is the year for you guys to redeem your status as a true hero. And thank you, students. Passing on to Sarthak, who is going to be posting the questions. Rishabh is going to be posting the questions now. Thank you. And we will be covering more doubts in the next session. And you don't have to wait for the next session. Of course, if you have a doubt, you can just call me or WhatsApp or Telegram me. I hope you found this session useful. Thank you. Rishabh, you can post the TBC, and he has posted. Rishabh has posted the TBC question. Yes, 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 yes. The game is on. The game is on. If Rishabh, you can repost, keep reposting, because some of the students will not be able to, I don't know whether there's an option of pin here or not. If the option of pin is there or not. Pinning is not an option as in Telegram. So keep posting. Rishabh, every few seconds, keep posting the reasoning set question. Try. All the best to you. And the Zoom session will go on as long as students will be posting answers. And love you all. Thank you. Yes. And you have only 10 minutes. So it's 7:06 right now, as per Appy ma'am's mobile. 7:16 is when the game will end. At 7:16 we'll be ending the session curtly. Love you all. Very happy to see all of you. Thank you, Sarthak. You should not be using phone and all. By studying also, you use at least a even sasta pad or something like that. The game is on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep posting. Sarthak, keep posting. Again, post the question. Keep posting the questions. Sarthak, keep posting. Post it again. Bye guys. I think the time is up, and wish you luck, and all the best for tomorrow's TVC, and be geared up to even do OMED specific sessions. And a lot of students have been requesting me to take the DILR session. Jaldi, I love taking tough DILR sets, and going behind the question and the set, and understanding the basic fabric of such type of sets. So we'll be doing it very, very soon. Thank you. Good night.